Hello students, this is Dr. Vibha Tiwari. In my previous video, I had taken up K.N. Daruwala's poem Underwater Notes. So I had covered up the first two parts of the poem in my previous video. So today I'm going to continue with the same poem. Let's have part 3. A rundown house is a desolation. A rundown house perched on a live memory. With me alone conversing with both is a double desolation. The poet says that a rundown house, that means a kind of ruin, house in the form of ruin, or a house which has been in a neglected state for a long time. He says it's a kind of when you look at that house or when you visit such a place, it gives you a sense of desolation, it gives you a sense of loneliness. But it is also very you can say a strange fact that such a house lives in the memory. That means the memories of the ruin, they remain intact in the memory of the person, in the mind of the person. The like in the previous stanza in part 2, the poet had told us that nature has its own way of imprinting its steps on the you can say house by making changes on the windows and on the doors, by you can say smudging them by frost or anything like that. These are the natural facts or phenomena which are responsible for the house becoming a ruin. So, no doubts, nature has its own way of conveying the message, and in this way, it conveys the message that the thing has been neglected for a long time. But it is a very strange fact, according to the poet, such a house, such a thing remains very much alive. It's in a kind of lively manner present in the mind of a person. Whosoever has the attachment to that particular place, to that particular building, the time that he had spent in his childhood in that place, those memories remain forever fresh, forever intact in the mind of that person. So he says, with me alone conversing with both, when I try to make a connection between the memories of the past and my present status, it's a kind of double desolation for me. It gives me a sense of utter loneliness. See, the memories which I have of my ancestral place and its present condition, both when I try to intermingle them together, it gives me a sense of double desolation. Why double desolation? Because now I have the feeling that those good days are no more with me. Plus, when I look at the present status, when I look at the present state of that building, it is very much near to ruins. So it's a kind of double desolation. It gives me a kind of double feeling of loneliness. My present sense of losing such good childhood memories, as well as the present condition of that particular building, ancestral house, which has been the, you can say, core of my so many great good memories of childhood. These two things give me double desolation, double sense of loneliness. 20 years ago, when I took a look around, it wasn't there. He says 20 years ago, when I had visited that particular place, where my ancestral house is there, at that time I could not find it. Now these lines have a deeper, you can say, great underlying meaning. See, when we are young, we don't bother about these sort of things. We don't care about the, you can say, childhood days, the childhood days, or the passing of the days of innocence. We are least bothered about them. We don't care about them. But as time progresses, as we undergo the process of aging, we somehow cherish those old memories. So he says 20 years ago, when I took a look around, it wasn't there. That means 20 years ago, when I had visited that place and tried to find my ancestral house, I couldn't find it. That means he was not serious in his attempt. He very casually approached this matter, and he didn't make any serious efforts to visit that place. Someone now tells me at a reunion the house is standing, only new streets interlock around it. He says at a reunion recently he happened to meet one such person who told him that the house is very much at the same place, only the surrounding area has changed. Now, what I said in the very beginning, or rather just now, that these lines have a deeper meaning. The meaning here that is underlying is the poet is now in the process of undergoing the process of aging, and now he simply wants to remember all those good and fresh sorry, good memories of the childhood days, when he was all fresh, when he was all energetic, when he was enthusiastic. So he somehow is trying to remember those things. And he says, earlier I didn't bother about them when I was young. That means 20 years ago, when I had tried to visit, that means 20 years ago when I had tried to just make a connection with my ancestral place, I could not find that bonding which I am having at present. Because at that time perhaps he was full of youth, and he was so much energetic and zealous that he cared not about past. But now, as he is undergoing the process of aging, he is trying to stick to those memories of childhood which he had spent in that place. And this thing that the place is, the ancestral house is very much there and only the surrounding has changed, suggests that the place has always been there. It is the connection of the person which has underwent a change. That means when we are you can say when we are young, when we are children, then at that time we are so much engrossed in our out of ignorance, we are so much engrossed in the pleasantry activities. We are always full of happiness, we are quite jovial at that time, and we don't bother about what's happening around us. Similarly, when we are young, there are so many distractions, so at that time also we don't bother about the past. But when the person becomes old, he wants to hold those memories, he wants to cherish those good old memories. And here the ancestral house is a kind of embodiment of those good memories. It's still there. That's nice. So he's somehow convincing himself that the house is very much there and it's a nice thing for him. One desolation gets sloughed off, and he says, in this way, at least one desolation, one point of loneliness gets sloughed off, it gets removed when I come to know exactly that the house is very much at the same place where earlier it existed. Part 4. It's only when reality slips by, like a sliding panel, that you realize that the marvelous in the everyday real has passed you by. I think I had very much dealt with these lines earlier, but now let's have it again. He says at the closing of part 3, I told you people that when we are young, we don't care about what's happening in the lives. So many distractions are there. It's kind of age of romance, it's a kind of age of adventure, and at that time the person is hardly you can say worried or hardly concerned about the childhood, good old memories of the childhood. But as the time shifts, as the process of aging he undergoes the process of aging, these memories cling in his mind, they cling to his mind, and he simply longs for those days. So this part 4 is quite suggestive of the same thing. He says it's only when reality slips by like a sliding panel that he realize. He says when reality slips by, that means when the aging comes to a person, when the person starts aging, the reality strikes hard at that time. It's like a sliding panel. The passage of time is like a sliding panel, and then the person realizes that the marvelous in the everyday real has passed you by. Then one feels that whatever good was there in the life, whatever adventurous was there in the life, whatever pure was there in the life, it has already passed. Now that sense of desolation, that sense of loneliness, it's a well known fact that those people who are having the process of aging, they the kind of there is a kind of feeling of desolation, there is a kind of feeling of loneliness in them, and they crave for company. So that fact has been highlighted over here. He says you don't realize the passage of time, because no one has the time actually to realize this thing when we are young, when we are a child. But when we become old, when we are not physically that fit, at that time the passage of time clearly, it you can say the person clearly understands it and can very well feel that the time is actually passing, the time is slipping by. And one can also realize that whatever good was there in the life, it has also passed now. That's all for today.